Hi, this is Mr. Payton. Welcome to Mindset. Today's question is, what do you see? So far, we've covered a couple of different things. We've talked about things that you can hear, the people that you're around, and then just your overall mindset, like how important it is to train your brain. I think a lot of times kids forget why we're even in school. I think kids think we're in school to get good grades, or you're in school because you have to master the subjects. I had a parent conference with an individual that had as much venom, as much negativity as any parent I've ever heard towards education. We found out some background information, both shared by the parent and just in doing some research, that they had a really, really bad experience with education. But one of the things that this individual said in the meeting was that you don't need school to be successful. I didn't do well in school and I'm doing just fine. That's one of those really difficult statements for me. I'm a lifelong educator. It doesn't matter if I'm in the classroom or not. I'm always trying to help people, trying to help people learn. But that comment bothered me, but there is a little bit of truth to it. And here's what I mean by there's some truth to it. When someone says that you don't need school to be successful, I take that to mean that you don't need to get excellent grades. You absolutely need school to be successful in this way. Part of what school gives you is just the opportunity to learn how to negotiate some of the social things that go on in the real world. You have to learn how to sit by someone who doesn't do their work. You have to learn how to deal with the know-it-all in the class that has all the answers and always wants to answer. You have to deal with the kid that shows up that may not smell so great. You have to deal with the kid that shows up and doesn't want to do any work. In other words, you learn how to deal with people, and you learn how to still be yourself in the midst of that. So in that way, I think you need school. So some people say, well, then that's a waste of time. I don't need to send my kid to be socialized. Is anybody paying attention to our current social climate? We don't know how to disagree without violence or vitriol. We don't know how to come to compromise anymore. We don't have discussions. We just yell at each other and call each other names. And in my opinion, that is a direct result of things that we are no longer teaching or exposing kids to in school. We're not allowed to disagree anymore in school. You know, we've talked about this for many years. We give participation trophies and medals and all these kinds of things. We don't allow kids to fail anymore so that they can learn how to persevere. That's my personal opinion. So when I ask, what do you see? I think part of what kids see now is mediocrity. And for that reason, it's hard to be successful. And so just recently, I did a lesson where I taught my students how to do a vision board because I was concerned with what they're seeing every day. You know, if you're not an avid reader, if you're not someone who watches documentaries or something like that, then what are you seeing every day? You're seeing your parents and you hope that they have a healthy, happy relationship. You're seeing your friends, you're seeing school, you're seeing movies on television. God help us with that. You're seeing videos, you're seeing TikTok, you're seeing Instagram, you're seeing Snapchat. But again, what are you seeing that's healthy? What are you seeing that's going to move you forward? What are you seeing that's going to make you better? And a vision board is just one of those things. And it was a really interesting response from the students. They were locked in, they were interested, they were asking questions. And so some people might say, well, that's not part of your curriculum. Well, here's where I matched it to, and you won't believe this. I paired my vision board lesson with an excerpt from Alice in Wonderland. And people might think, how in the heck did you do that? Well, there's a part in Alice in Wonderland where they talk about Alice tumbling down the rabbit hole. And what I talk to my students about is that a rabbit hole is just a way to talk about connective tissue. In other words, how you go on the internet, because everybody knows about the internet rabbit hole. You go on the internet looking for something, and then you find yourself on the internet for 20 minutes at something you didn't even intend to look for. But it's because something pops up or you see something, you just keep searching, keep searching, keep searching. And what I suggested to our students is that, what are you searching for? What rabbit hole are you going down? And I use the vision board as an opportunity to focus that rabbit hole. If you're going down the rabbit hole of success, great. If you're going down the rabbit hole of being a better athlete, wonderful. You're going down a rabbit hole of I want to be a soldier, or someone who works in law and order, or someone who works in fire department, then that's great. So the point is that we all go down some rabbit hole. We all are searching for something. We all are looking for something. And very often on that path, we will find other things. Everybody gets distracted. But if your distraction is, I decided to do plyometrics today instead of run a mile, it's not so bad. If your distraction today is, man, I've always wanted to be a lawyer and I've always wanted to protect, say, immigrants. But then you look and see, well, maybe I'm going to look at constitutional law. The point is that if you're on a positive path and you're looking to get better, then that rabbit hole is not as destructive to you because it's still going to take you in a positive direction. It's just going to take you in a direction you didn't think you were going in. And so that's what I mean when I say, what do you see? Literally, what do you see with your eyes? But also, what are you putting in front of you on a regular basis? Are you putting in front of you things that are going to make you better? Are you putting in front of you things that are going to help you improve, maybe challenge you some? And for goodness sake, people, please be willing to take risks. So when we say, what do you see a challenge? And do you walk away from it? Do you lean into it? Do you say, you know what, yeah, let me give that a shot? So that's what I find to be important about what we see. We have to consciously put things in front of us that are going to make us better. And if we're not doing that, then you shouldn't be surprised that you're in the exact same place a year from now, 2 years from now, so on and so forth. So I hope that everyone understands this concept of what we put in front of us and how, as much as we can go down rabbit holes, and some of that is accidental, we do have the power and the ability to kind of structure and customize the things that we put in front of us. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode of Mindset. I hope that you're enjoying these videos. I hope that you like this video and subscribe to my channel. My name is Mr. Payton. Have a wonderful day.